to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
It's Nic Cage November.
What could be easier? It's all alphabetical. You just put it in the right file, according to alphabetical order. You know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Huh? That's all you have to do.
Look, Doc, I spent last Tuesday watching fibers on my carpet. And the whole time I was watching my carpet, I was worrying that I might vomit. And the whole time I was thinking, I'm a grown man. I should know what goes on in my head. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that I should just blow my brains out and end it all. But then I thought, if I thought more about blowing my brains out, I started worrying about what that was gonna do to my goddamn carpet, okay? So, that was a good day, Doc, and I just want you to give me some pills and let me get on with my life.
Hooray for the sounds of fucking silence.
I just sold 50 cars for you in one night. All right, I'm a little tired, I'm a little wired, and I think I deserve a little appreciation.
Pick the fucking card!
Ta-da! Oh yeah! You put your right foot in, you take your right foot out, you do the hokey pokey, and you fucking work it all out. Mouth to dildo to ass to ass. Hi, Brent. Anal beads.
I'm sorry I was such a saint before, and I'm such a prick now. Put the bunny back in the box.
Welcome back to the Skewered Universe Podcast. My name is Jeff.
I'm Leiann.
We're back. It's been a little bit, but it's
What month is it, Jeff?
a new month. It's possibly the greatest month. Outside of First Watch February, this is my favorite month. Because it's Nic Cage November.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It is very much the month of the greatest actor known to man. In some circles.
Yes. yes.
Not all around, but in some circles. But before we get to what we're doing tonight, let's do a little catch-up. Leiann, you been doing anything crazy or anything fun lately?
No, not really. I played some new games on my phone, but they're dorky. None of my games are cool.
Okay, so no cool games, no crazy antics or anything.
No. One of my games is like a text-based RPG.
Oh, that's right. That's the one you were telling me about yesterday.
Yeah, and then another one is just like a farming type game for sad emo girls, I think.
Okay, that makes sense. You tend to be a sad emo girl sometimes.
Yeah. When I was a teenager, I thought it was a phase, but I never grew out of it.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Does it?
Yeah, I thought I was just a weirdo for a phase, and it turns out I'm just a weirdo for life. For life. Wrestling fans will understand what that reference is. Anyway, I have not been doing a whole lot because I got knocked down and was sick for a little bit.
Yeah. But you're fine.
Yeah, fine now. Antibiotics, medical science is a wonder. Really helps. So, yay, science. Boo, thoughts and... I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I'm just a fan of science because it helped me recover.
Yeah.
Big time. So that's why there was no show last week to kick this off. That's why it got delayed, but... So enough chit-chat. I haven't been doing anything different with my gaming PC that I have other than playing GTA Online every once in a while. That's about it. And... yeah, why don't we just jump into what we're doing?
Well, what are we doing?
To kick off Nic Cage November, we're starting off with a movie you have not seen.
I have not.
2007's Ghost Rider.
Johnny Blaze, no one has ever attempted such a distance before. 300 feet from field goal to field goal. What's going through your mind right now?
You look really good. I got lucky.
Luck don't cover it, JB. You got an angel looking after you.
Maybe it's something else.
All you have to do is sigh.
Forget about family. Forget about friends. Forget about love.
You will be the rider for as long as you live. I'm not doing it.
You have no choice.
Story goes that he'll be normal during the day, but at night, in the presence of evil, the rider takes over.
You deserve a second chance.
Blackheart's coming to create hell on Earth, and you have the power he needs. Stay away from anybody he can use against him.
Roxanne,
Don't you care about me at all?
you have to leave now.
I'm not going anywhere.
Any man who sells his soul for love has the power to change the world.
I can smell your fear. I'm gonna take this curse and use it against you.
You have this rat shopper. It was all flames and stuff. His face was a skull, and it was on fire.
On fire.
Like,
Looking for someone.
I'm the only one who can walk in both worlds. I'm Ghost Rider.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I feel like my skull's on fire, but I'm good.
It's not really. It hasn't been on my radar. It hasn't. I haven't been drawn to it.
And you picked it. That's what's funny. 'Cause
Yeah.
This is one you picked.
I don't even remember doing that.
You picked two and I picked two, so we'll see how this turns out.
Oh yeah, you gave me a list.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the freeform app through iOS is a good thing, and you laughed at the images I chose to share of Nic Cage in there, but
Yeah.
I might maybe I'll share an image of that on social media so everyone can get an idea of just
How
how
dorky
crazy
you are.
I got. Exactly. So 2007's Ghost Rider,
Okay.
starring Nicolas Cage and Eva Mendes. You want to just jump into it and get started?
I don't think I'm going to be taking notes.
You won't need to. It's not that kind of movie.
Okay,
It's not
good.
deep.
Okay,
It's
good.
not a deep movie. All right, we're going to get started, and we'll talk to you guys in just a moment.
It's intermission, it's intermission. It's intermission, it's intermission. Ice cream, candy, lemonade too. And there's a hot dog waiting for you.
The popcorn's popping and it's ready to go. You know all the great food is stealing the show.
Get up out your seat and get yourself a tasty treat down at the snack bar. Snack bar.
Pardon me, boy.
Yeah, baby.
Will you take me to the snack bar?
You know what I like. Everything's ready when the first meal's over. There's nothing like a pizza with a
Ice cold cola.
Get up out your seat and get yourself a tasty treat down at the snack bar. Snack bar. It's intermission, it's intermission. It's intermission, it's intermission. It's intermission, it's intermission. It's intermission, it's intermission. Get up out your seat and get yourself a tasty treat down at the snack bar. Snack bar. It's intermission.
So 15 minutes in, and what are you thinking so far, Leiann?
It's weird. I don't like the younger version of him.
The non-convincing younger version of Nicolas Cage?
Watching him cry hurt, like, just watching it.
Yeah, it's not good.
I hated it.
I don't know who that actor is. I'm not going to bother looking it up. He's not very good.
Yeah.
He's doing a very bad impression of Nic Cage at times, too.
Yeah.
It's just...
It's okay. It is what it is.
So
It's
for
okay.
anyone For anyone who's not familiar with the 2007 movie Ghost Rider, essentially what it is Johnny Blaze makes a deal with essentially the devil to save his dad from cancer. His dad ends up dying anyway. He goes off to be a renowned stunt motorcycle rider. But the devil, or Mephistopheles, as we'll get to find out, told him, I'll come to you when I need you, because I own your soul, so once I need you, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'm annoyed that he ditched his girlfriend, but, whatever.
Yeah, don't worry, you'll find out what happens with that.
And I get it. Stuff happens. He was distracted. I get it. He met the devil, and I get it. His dad just died. I get it.
Yeah, but he didn't even try to explain. He just pulled up, stared at her, and then rode off in the rain on his hog.
I was like, what the fuck ever, dude?
Like, dude, you're like, I'm so important. I'm much more important than anything else right now. And my feelings in the rain are more important than love. Well, he was also told, you won't have friends, you won't have family, you won't have love. Forget about all that, because you're mine. So, in a way, he was thinking about her best interest. At the same time, it's like, not even an explanation, dude. Really?
Not even a hug. Nothing.
It's like, my motorcycle is all I need now.
All he could have just said, my dad just died, I'm all fucked up. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Exactly. Nope. No. None of that.
But he's apparently thriving.
Apparently. So we fast forward to full-grown Nic Cage. Now he is Johnny Blaze, the renowned stunt motorcycle rider. Not sure how else to phrase that.
I don't know.
He does motorcycle stunts. He jumps through flaming hoops and over large semi-trucks. I don't know how else to quantify that.
No.
It's a stunt on a motorcycle.
Simple concept.
Yeah.
But lots of fire.
Lots of fire. I forgot how much fire is in this in the beginning before he even becomes Ghost Rider. It's like, really? You leaned into that very heavily, but... Anyway, so what are you thinking? You think we should just get back into it and see where it takes us?
Of course.
All right. We will be right back.
Something different for a change? Then try the perfect refreshment. Chili Dilly, a delicious pickle treat that's spiced just right for every bite. Economical, too. There's no waste. You eat every bit of the juicy goodness of Chili Dilly. How about trying one right now? Chili Dilly, on sale at our concession stand. You'll love 'em.
It's another 15 minutes in, and we saw Johnny Blaze crash and burn there at the first stunt we were watching him do as an adult.
Yeah, but he recovered really quickly.
Yeah. Almost like he's got angels watching out over him. Something like that.
The casting in this movie is quite hilarious. They're like, we're gonna make the bad guy, that really scary, good-looking dude. Yeah, he's the guy from American Beauty that was like filming the fucking plastic bag.
Yeah.
Ooh, scary. And then fucking what's her name? Eva Longo. Okay, sure.
Eva Mendes.
Yeah. I don't know all my Evas.
Well, I mean, they did a decent job of casting a younger version of her. They look very similar.
Yeah, it's just the fact that, of course, she would be fucking drop-dead gorgeous. Of course she would be.
Of course.
Give me a break. Of course he would turn into Nic Cage. Of course. Why wouldn't he? And his sidekick had a sitcom. I forget.
Grounded for Life, Donald Loge.
Yeah, Grounded for Life.
But you're forgetting he was, even more importantly than that, he was Quinn in the first Blade movie.
Right, yeah.
The right-hand man to Stephen Dorff's Deacon Frost.
Yeah.
Might I add, the better of the two was Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
Deacon Frost was, he was fine, but Quinn was the cooler one. I don't care what you say. I just like that actor, man. He's good. Anyway, apparently, Johnny Blaze is known for cheating death now. Everything is, when's his punch card gonna finally expire?
I like when he swishes the jellies. Like he's swishing a fine wine.
Yeah. So apparently his hang-up is he likes to eat red and yellow jelly beans.
Okay, but you can't live off... I guess he is trying to just... Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it.
Hey, remember what he says? You can't live in fear.
Well, that and he can probably live off of jellies for the rest of his life and he'd be fine.
Yeah, considering he's got essentially the devil watching over him to make sure he doesn't die. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Like, Johnny, you shouldn't eat that 16-pound steak. Hey, I'll eat whatever I want. Johnny fucking Blaze, man.
But he wouldn't say fucking.
No, he wouldn't.
This is a Marvel movie.
This is a Sony Marvel movie.
What does that mean?
This predates the MCU by 1 year. The next year, 2008, we would get the first Iron Man movie, and that would start the MCU.
Okay.
And I believe at this point, Ghost Rider is technically part of the MCU now because of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I'm not too... If anyone out there knows the logistics of all that, please let us know. Let me know. Leiann won't care.
I don't care now.
Anyway, where we're at right now is Johnny is getting ready to do another big jump. It's on the anniversary of his dad's death after his big death-defying stunt where he crashed and burned.
Field goal to field goal.
His team is like, you don't need to do this, you know. You don't have to do this just because it's dad's anniversary. He's like, I'll do it anyway. And then he runs into an old friend who's asking for an interview. Roxanne, the girl he stood up at the tree so many years ago, just rode off into the rain.
Gorgeous Eva
Mendes.
With her fucking stunning body. Whew.
Yeah, that was one reason why I was really interested in watching this movie at the time. I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Whew.
I was like, sure, why not? She gets the most awkward interview. I mean, it seems like it's just a Nic Cage interview, possibly.
Sure.
So that happens. He's getting ready to jump, and she's like, I'm leaving. I've never liked watching you jump. Bye. Got to get back to the station, because she's a reporter. So where we're at now is his team leader, Mac, was trying to figure out why Johnny decided to jump 6 Black Hawk helicopters instead of the cars that were initially part of the stunt.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting ready to find out, but we don't know exactly why yet. That's where we've left off. It's just been finding out that Johnny Blaze has an obsession with watching monkeys on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And likes red and yellow jellies.
Mm-hmm.
Or jelly beans or some kind of jelly candy.
He calls them jellies.
He calls them jellies. He keeps them in all sorts of different jars and decanters around his place.
Mm-hmm.
And eats them out of a martini glass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if any of that is from the comics or not, but who am I to judge?
Right.
All I know is this was a character Nic Cage really wanted to play.
Oh.
So, hey,
okay.
Yeah.
Why?
He's a huge comic book guy.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, he was like, I get a chance to play Ghost Rider? Sure.
Okay.
Do it. I mean, he also had a chance to play Superman, but that never came to fruition.
True.
But, yeah, so that's where we stand right now. We're waiting to find out why he put helicopters in the stunt.
I think because he wants to turn into Flamehead.
That is the best description ever. We're going to leave it there. We're going to continue on. We will be right back after those brief words from our sponsors. We don't have any sponsors. It's just an intermission. Enjoy.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
All right, we're back after another 15 minutes of Ghost Rider.
A.K.A. Flamehead.
I wish that was the subtitle. I wish when I was looking for artwork and posters for this movie that there was an international poster that just said Flamehead. That would have been so funny. So one thing I did forget to mention is you mentioned American Beauty weirdo that filmed the trash bag, Wes Bentley.
Mm-hmm.
We skipped over. He showed up and walked into a bar and was basically killing everyone.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
I think he was sucking their souls out.
I don't even know.
Their bodies shriveled up, their eyes sunk back into their skulls. And
their skin turned blue and then like black, and then they would die.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool effect.
I really like it.
For 2007, it holds up.
Mm-hmm.
So, where we're at now. Sorry, I had an itchy scalp for a second. It just happened. I can't just turn my head into fire and cure any itchiness and then come back to normal.
Yeah, I would imagine that would work.
So is there anything that you've watched so far up to this point that you've been enjoying, or is it just kind of like, it's fine?
It's fine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's fine. It's good. Sure. Hey, dirtbag.
Oh, and Blackheart, that is the main villain of this movie, has 3 henchmen with him.
His name is Blackheart.
His name is Blackheart. The son of Mephistopheles is named Blackheart, yes. I'll let that sink in.
Wow, that's... Not only is that super creative, but it's so emo.
Very emo.
Blackheart.
I am Blackheart.
That's wonderful.
So he's off with his henchmen trying to find a contract with all the souls that Mephistopheles had. Johnny jumped the helicopters. Mm-hmm. He made it 300 feet, set a record. Then he goes and finds Roxanne with her camera guy.
Turns into a big dork trying to
impress
her up.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, rizz her up. Yeah. Thank you. For all you out there on the TikToks. Oh, God. I turned 44 and now I'm an old man. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, she agrees to go to dinner with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he once again stands her up.
Yeah, he's so preoccupied.
But that's because Blackheart confronted Mephistopheles with his 3 weirdo henchmen. And
his hands started getting hot. He wound up in a dark alley. I mean, what are you gonna do? You gotta follow your heart.
Yeah, he jerked a guy off, and then... No, I'm kidding. That didn't happen.
I made a joke.
You gotta follow your dark heart?
You gotta follow your heart. Your dark heart.
She'll be here all week, ladies and gentlemen. Please make sure to try to feel.
Tip your waitress.
So where we stand now, Johnny Blaze is now transformed into the Rider, the Ghost Rider, to try and fight Blackheart.
Yeah, love that line.
We literally left off with him getting crushed by a truck and then coming back and said, "Hey, dirtbag," to a guy who's essentially made up of dirt. There's one of Blackheart's henchmen is dirt, one is water, and one is wind, air.
I think
guess.
so. Yeah.
It was funny when the water guy, I think his name's Wallow, showed up and his eye was kind of sliding off his face.
I love it, and he flicked it away, and it grew back. Oh, yum.
I have to say, the effects, like some people said, oh, well, his skull wouldn't be perfectly white like that, and it wouldn't be like this. I'm like, well, he's a supernatural entity, so just forgive it. It's fine. For 2007, the effects hold up just fine.
Yeah, I've had a couple of points where I'm like, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's fine.
The face changes for, like, Mephistopheles and Blackheart when they, like, get angry and their face goes blue and you see, like... I'm like, you didn't need to do that. You could have just had, like, the eyes flash a certain way or something. You didn't need to, like, we gotta superimpose this really creepy, demonic-looking face because they're, like, the devils from hell and... Who cares? We get it. They're from hell. We get it. We're really good-looking people in black leather from hell. Ooh.
My name's Darkheart.
So that's where we're at now. We're seeing the confrontation of Ghost Rider and Blackheart and his minions. Yeah, I still don't mind this movie.
It's fine.
I think it was just fine. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I was like, it's not garbage. We've watched Magic. Anything better than Magic is fine in my book.
Yeah, didn't we watch something that I chose where we were both like, oh, what? No, this was not it.
There might have been something, yeah. But my track record is far worse than yours.
I think at this point, it's about 50-50.
That's what we say. Get back to it?
Get back to it.
All right. We'll see you guys in just a minute.
Show starts in 4 minutes.
Visit our snack bar and treat yourself to some delicious Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwiches. Cook the Castleberry way, slowly over open pits of glowing charcoal, then seasoned with a sauce that's zesty, yet delightfully mild to please the entire family. Also at the snack bar, you'll find popcorn and soft drinks and candy and French fries to go with your Castleberry's barbecue sandwiches. There's plenty of time before the movie starts, so visit our snack bar right now for Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwiches.
Still plenty of time to come and be served at the refreshment center before showtime.
Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, another 15 minutes down of Ghost Rider.
AKA Flamehead.
So what are your thoughts now? I just want to pick your brain. I know you're not taking notes. I just want to know how you're feeling.
It's still fine. It's fine.
It's cheesy, right?
It's going by pretty fast.
Yeah, it actually is. I didn't even see where we're at time marker wise. Oh, we're already an hour in.
Yeah.
It's only an hour and 49 minutes. So
I didn't realize it was going to be so long.
Hey, that's your choice. You picked the movie. You said you were picking 2 and I was picking 2, so this is what happens.
Yeah.
So we got to see Ghost Rider in all his glory.
Yeah.
Took out one of Blackheart's henchmen. Can't even speak tonight. Jesus.
Yeah.
And then rode off after that to the cemetery. Came across the caretaker after he transformed back into Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, when he became Unflamehead,
yeah,
he came across this. I don't know how he's so knowledgeable, but whatever.
Well, before he even went there, you said he was just randomly stopping crimes now.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
He happened upon a mugger in an alley.
I was like, okay, he's just stopping crime now, just randomly patrolling the streets.
Stopped a woman from getting mugged.
Yeah.
And then made the guy's eyes look like charcoal briquettes.
Well, what did the guy call it?
It is the Penance Stare.
The Penance Stare.
Essentially, he made him feel all the pain and grief he inflicted upon others with his crimes. And seared the soul of the wicked. As we come to learn from the caretaker, played by Sam Elliott. And there's no other choice for that kind of character.
Oh, no. Give me a break.
You want a grizzled, Western-looking cowboy character, you cast Sam Elliott.
And he's very wise.
And he's got the cool voice.
And he's gonna tell it like it is.
'Cause beef, it's what's for dinner. Lots of people don't remember that, but he was the voice of those ads. Yeah, so he gets told about, the rider, and in the presence of evil, he'll transform, blah, 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 backstory, exposition.
Thank you. That's very in-depth.
That's basically what the caretaker's for, to catch us all up. Oh, why is he the Ghost Rider? What are these powers? Tells him about the Penance Stare, tells him about San Venganza. There was another Ghost Rider 150 years ago. So it all kind of comes together. And then when Johnny mentions Blackheart, the caretaker's like, oh, wait, what? You should probably stay here. They can't trespass on hallowed ground. And Johnny's like, I gotta go talk to somebody.
I gotta leave immediately.
Yeah, so he goes off to see Roxanne. He drives to the scene of... Because she's already been reporting at the scene of what happened the night before. Trying to get info from the cops.
I love that we get to see the aftermath of his joyride.
Yeah. Shit got fucked up. The road is completely torn apart. Shit is burned up. It's all fucked. And that's the beauty of it, because you never get to see the aftermath of something in these movies.
Yeah.
You never really truly see it. Yeah, so where we're at now...
And she told him, I'm no longer interested. Like, you were just a phase. My dad was right. You're nothing but a carny. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that one cuts deep. She's like, you're just a carny. It's like, oh. And he's like,
yep.
Yeah, I deserve that. He was going to try and explain it. She's like, no. I'm not having any more of your bullshit.
So he decides to go home, check out his abs, and try to scare himself in the mirror.
Trying to see if he can scare himself into turning into Ghost Rider. It's like pulling up his nose, and now he's going through books trying to figure out how to control it. So we'll see what happens. I mean, is it a cheesy movie? Yeah.
It is for, kids, though, right?
Yeah, it's PG-13, so
Okay.
it is along the lines of something for kids.
I think kids would freaking love this. They would think it was badass.
Yeah. I still think it's fine. I'm having fun watching it, but it is by far not the best movie. So, but, you know, sometimes you just want to turn your brain off for a little bit and watch a crazy Flamehead movie.
Yeah, it's like comfort food.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I get it.
Plus, I like Nic Cage, so...
Of course.
He
did get to be Nic Cage for a little bit when he was turning into Flamehead.
The laughing, the screaming... And a little bit when he was coming back out of it, doing the same kind of thing. Just give me unhinged Nic Cage any day, and I'm a happy man.
Mm-hmm.
Or give me the other side, which we saw in Pig last year.
Yeah.
But
he's got a new movie coming out.
He's got, I
where
don't know.
he plays like this plain guy.
Yeah, I gotta look into that and see what it is.
I'm interested.
It might have to be on the docket for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we get to it this year, but I don't think we do, because we got 3 other movies to get to.
The fire element that exists within man. That's one thing I'm frustrated with, the captions. Oh, the captions are off.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this Voodoo digital copy that we're watching.
I'm a nerd for captions, and the captions are lagging.
They're like a good 10 to 20 seconds behind.
Yeah.
Which throws it off, because if you're trying to figure out what somebody said, somebody else has already said something else, and you're like,
I tried doing that earlier.
I gotta catch up. What are they doing?
I was
what are
like,
they doing?
wait, what did he just say? And I was like, oh wait, the captions will show up in just a couple of seconds. And then I wait for it, and dialogue is continuing to happen, but I'm missing it because I'm waiting for the captions.
There's also, I've noticed, bits of dialogue that didn't get turned into...
text.
Yes, thank you. I lost track of what I could not find the words. So parts of the captions are missing. So somebody will say something, it doesn't come on screen. Like one of the names of the henchman for Blackheart, I totally missed what it was because it didn't come on screen. I'm like, I think it's Gristle or something, or Gressel.
But toward the beginning of the movie, it was actually ahead a little bit. And I was like, okay, I can handle this because I know what's going to happen. But now I'm like, ugh.
Then it like switched and fell behind. It's like, are you ever going to get normal at any point?
I feel like such a nerd. Complaining about the captions.
It's okay. We're complaining about there being captions. There's going to be a group of people listening to this going, I don't know how you can watch a movie with captions on. That's just how we roll, man.
Yeah, a lot of people say it's distracting. I don't get distracted by it. I have a hard time hearing what's said sometimes. Sometimes things sound like gibberish, and I have to look at the captions and be like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, there are times where the audio mix seems off, so somebody could be speaking, and it's very low, and you're like, okay, well, I'm missing the dialogue. So captions are a good thing.
For the most part, yeah.
If it's not your thing, that's perfectly fine. Everyone rolls how they want to roll, but in this house, we roll with captions, baby. Put them subtitles on, bitch! I don't know what's going on.
Do you ever?
Should we,
Keep
flame
going?
on and get back to the movie?
Yeah.
All right, you heard it. We're going to get back to it.
Let's get to it.
Visit our concession and see for yourself the delicious treats, drinks, and snacks awaiting you. If you are thirsty, try ice-cold soft drinks or a cup of hot, flavorful coffee. Get something to go with it, like a sizzling and satisfying hot dog or a tasty, tender sandwich. Try one of these delicious treats, and you'll be back at the concession for more before the show is over. The service at our concession is friendly and efficient.
And just like that, we're another 15 minutes in.
Wow, she took it from me. Nice, nice. Yeah, good job. I was trying to figure out what I was going to say, and you just came right in.
Took the words out of your mouth.
Yes, you did. So, yeah, like you said, we're continuing on this Ghost Rider train.
Yeah, stuff is happening.
He's tried to convince Roxanne that he's an evil, creepy monster.
You'd think he would try a little bit harder.
After he just threw a fireball at some candles before she showed up.
Yeah, well,
he didn't try hard enough to prove to her, and she's like, hey, you know what, on second thought, maybe I shouldn't have come here. So she showed up, she's like, it was all a lie, I really do still have feelings for you. She's making out with him. And he's like, hey, whoa, pump your brakes.
By the way, I'm gonna walk you to your car. And she's like, what the fuck? Do you even like me? What the fuck?
She's like, you keep my pictures here, and then you tell me to get out?
And he's like, well, by the way, I sold my soul to the devil. I turned into a monster. You should probably go. And she's like, yeah, I should probably go. You fucking asshole.
It's like, you had to make up a story to get rid of me? Okay, well, yeah, he could have tried a little harder.
Thing is, I would ask more questions.
Yeah, you could see like she wanted to, but then she was like, this is too ridiculous. I'm not even going to entertain your bullshit.
Yeah.
So he sees her off because she gets in her car and takes off, and then the cops show up.
Which I don't understand how they connected him to the...
They found the license plate off his motorcycle at the crime scene.
Right,
before.
I forgot.
And because there was a body there that looked like the bar out in the desert, all desiccated and black, sucked dry, they're like, oh, he must be killing everybody. Because, yeah, that's how normal people would kill somebody, is turning them into dried black corpses, right? Because that's a thing. So they arrest them, and they're like, you murdered those people. He's like, I didn't murder anybody, but, think what you want. You guys are both good cops. You should just let me go. I didn't kill anybody.
So they book him.
Yep. They throw him in a holding cell with a bunch of criminals.
That apparently hate his guts for no reason? None.
One guy said, oh, I bought a ticket to watch you go splat, and you didn't do that, so now I'm going to kick your ass.
Like, what?
Okay, that's not his fault that he completed the stunt, and you're an asshole.
So then he turns into Flamehead, spares everyone but the one innocent person in there. But what I find funny is they showed different cells beyond that holding cell, and they were all empty.
There was at least one or two people in some as he was being taken down the hall.
Right, when he was being taken down the hall, but not when he was in the main holding cell. All the other cells, one of them kind of looked like there was a guy on the floor, but other than that, they looked empty.
Huh.
So it's like, why would all these guys be in one giant one when there was plenty of room?
I don't know, man. For a better scene of him taking people out?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. He got a new leather jacket in that scene.
What happened to this other one?
The one he's been wearing up until that point got tore.
Oh, I must have missed that.
When he got thrown in there, they were like, hey, nice jacket.
Oh.
And then after he went all Flamehead, McFlameface, he picked up the main guy that wanted to see him go splat. It was like, nice jacket. Then he took it and spikes grew
poked out
of it.
Yeah.
Now he had leather gauntlets, which I don't know where those came from, but whatever.
It's
Supernatural
fine. It's fine.
Movie.
I love that anytime I would ask a question, you're like, it's supernatural.
How can he... Because when Ghost Rider's hell cycle is not near him, he whistles for it. And you asked...
How does he whistle?
I went, he's supernatural.
And then at one point it like sputters or it does something. And I said, oh no, he needs gas. Do they have any like demonic gas stations?
When he was reverting back to his human form, the hell cycle started sputtering.
And then I was like, what if it breaks down? Who does he take it to? And you're like, it's supernatural.
No. At that point, I said maybe it's the hell station instead of shell.
True.
No, when I started to say it was supernatural again is when he went to touch his bike the first time and turn it into the hell cycle, and you're like, wait, wouldn't it explode? Like,
it's supernatural.
These are all reasonable questions to ask and legitimate concerns to have.
Yeah, your answer is very clearly, it's supernatural. Shut up.
And it wasn't a shut up thing, it was just like, hey, this is one of those things you gotta suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
But I get it. High temperatures and gasoline and oil don't necessarily have a good outcome.
And then I was like, why did they even call it Ghost Rider? Why wouldn't they call it Flame Rider? Like, man.
There's probably a comic book origin that I don't know why it's called Ghost Rider, but I mean, you gotta admit, the visual is pretty cool of a guy in a leather jacket with a flaming skull for a head and a bike just dripped in flames riding down the street.
I like that when he is Flamehead, he has a different voice. I like that.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have a regular voice if you're on fire.
That's true. I never thought of it that way. I just figured supernatural, but yeah, if you're on fire, your voice will be different.
Could you say he has a smoker's voice? I really entertained myself.
Okay, after that, because I gotta compose myself here. So we've seen Blackheart go into a church. He's trying to find the contract of Sam Venganza to try and get the souls.
He's being super intimidating, Mr. Emo Heart.
He confronts a priest who's been tasked with being part of an order to protect the contract, whatever. Then he does his weird, changey face, computer morph thing, and it's really bad. It's really terrible. You don't have... Okay, it's like certain effects in this movie hold up really well, and then other ones look like it was the C-Team was brought in to do them. Like, yeah, face morph effect with evil demon stuff. Like, no, don't. You didn't have to do that.
I don't think the kids would notice.
Yeah, but I notice.
For your sanity, they should have done better.
Even the first time I watched this, I was like, oh, in 2007, I was like, oh, that's not good. He's not good.
But then again, the fucking Spawn movie, but despite the fact that it was
true
so rudimentary, it was still fucking badass.
I still like the Spawn movie despite the obviously terrible computer-generated effects.
Yeah.
I mean,
it almost makes it more unrealistic, which is what you want in a comic book.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for fuck's sake, Malbolgia doesn't even move his mouth when he's talking. It's just voice coming out of this stiffly moving... Anyway, that's Spawn. That'll be for another show. I lost track where we're at. Oh yeah, so Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider, escapes jail and is now on the run from the cops. And is apparently riding up a building that is right across the way from where Roxanne lives, because she looks out the window and is like, oh, there's something weird happening.
Yeah.
Maybe she's like, oh, he wasn't lying. I don't know. But the cops are trying to take him in because obviously, you know, oh, a guy with a flaming skull for a head. Yeah, we can stop him.
Yeah.
No, he already told the cop that tried to stop him. He turned away the first cop that tried to stop him. And then he swung a helicopter around.
Yeah. Which, that's a little fucked up. I mean, that guy's just doing his job.
Yeah, he was just doing what he was tasked to do. Wasn't hurting anybody, just flying the helicopter around, trying to get, you know, a location. Guy. Yeah. And we've seen that Blackheart sent the Wind guy. I don't know his name. I'm not going to look it up after Ghost Rider to try and find him. Yeah, the Wind one. So, yeah. That's where we're at now. That's what's been going on.
And then I said, but doesn't wind fuel fire? Oh, yeah.
It would. So would that make him like an ultra Ghost Rider or something? Like super powerful?
I don't know. I don't know. He's going to fan his flame.
Okay, on that, we got to get back to the movie. That's where we're ending. We'll talk to you guys in a minute.
And now, meet the star of our show. Symbol of a treat that quality made famous. America's most famous ice cream treat. Eskimo pie. Creamy, delicious ice cream made even more exciting with smooth, rich chocolate coating. And wearing the label of quality, known the world over. Eskimo pie, the treat you know is tops because it carries its pledge of quality right on the back of the bag. Be sure you save the bags for valuable premiums. Get famous Eskimo pie at our refreshment stand now. It's America's anytime taste treat. Finest ice cream, finest chocolate. It's delicious.
So do you want to take this one, or should I welcome them back after this 15 minutes?
Welcome back, guys. We're like 15 minutes in more, and I think we got like 20-something more minutes left, and some stuff has been happening, and like some of the bad guys got killed. Thank you. See, the problem is the mic is way too close to my face. That's the problem.
Is that the problem?
It's the problem.
We're doing NPR podcasting now.
We're basically making out.
So are we Johnny and Roxy? I guess I'm Roxy. You're Johnny.
Who are those people? Oh, yeah, never mind. I thought it had to do with, like, a microphone. I'm like, is that a radio show?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, so we're another 15 minutes in, and, tons of stuff is going on.
Yeah. Before I get into any sort of recapping what's happened, what are your thoughts at this point in the movie now?
I really like my joke about the fire crotch. I am quite funny.
And we will get there. So to catch you guys up, what we've seen, Johnny Blaze took out the wind minion.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, twirling his chain after he set it on fire and created like a fire vortex to burn him up.
Yeah, it like sucked him in until he like turned back into his human form, and then he just like caught on fire.
Yeah, it was actually a good effect.
Decent.
It was a decent effect. So we see that Johnny Ghost Rider, rides his bike off the building, lands down below where all the cops are ready to shoot him, and he notices Roxanne's down there.
She got there fast.
And when he sees her, his flames start to turn blue. I guess blue is a sign of love when you're on fire. I don't know. But the cops shoot him. He sets them jumping back with a wall of fire. He takes off.
You think he would have said something to her, but no.
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 No. So Roxanne goes looking for him. And Johnny's looking for Roxanne.
Yeah.
She goes to his apartment and sees that Mac is there, trying to figure out where Johnny's at.
And he just kind of spills that, he's been distracted, he's been reading these crazy books, he's been staying up late at night, he's really worried about him.
Yeah, not to mention he also says, we've been riding a gravy train on biscuit wheels until you came along, which is basically like, you're fucking with my meal ticket? Don't take away my chance to have money and a life?
Mm-hmm.
Like... Oh, okay, you're not as cool as we thought you were.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Loge. God damn it, Mac. So Johnny's trying to get over to his apartment, but Blackheart saw the ordeal with the police and realized, he's got a weakness. We're going to take her. Mac gets killed by Blackheart. He does a partial death touch to Roxanne to make her go cold. So when Johnny shows up, she's like, barely breathing. He sees Max dead, and she points, and there's Blackheart telling him, you don't work for my father anymore. You work for me, and you're going to get me the contract and bring it to me. Otherwise, I'm going to kill your girlfriend. Don't piss me off, Ghost Rider, blah, blah, blah.
Your penance stare won't work on me. I don't have a soul.
Like, ooh. I made the joke to you. Wes Bentley in this is kind of like the Wish version of Jake Gyllenhaal playing a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I get. Like, they wanted Jake Gyllenhaal, but they're like, we can't afford him. We spent a lot to get Nic Cage and Sam Elliott in this movie.
And Eva Mendes.
Wes Bentley. Yeah, and Eva Mendes, because she was riding high at that point, too. They're like, we kind of blew our actor budget on those guys. Wes Bentley is kind of like a low-rent Jake Gyllenhaal, right? And that's not saying I don't think the guy can act. I've seen other things he's been in, and he was good. But in this, it's like,
Well, consider the character. I mean, there's really not much to the character.
True. There's really not much to it. You're right.
Stand there, look slightly menacing, have a smirk. Well, I mean,
that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So then we get to the point where it leads to one of my favorite visuals in the movie. So Johnny rides out.
Sam Elliott he's like, hey, don't worry, I can help you out. Not only here's the thing that the guy's looking for, the contract, but then I'm going to pull out this horse. And I'm like, what the fuck? Is a cemetery horse? Like, what the fuck? And you're like, no, it'll get there. Like, just give it a second.
There's a reason.
And I'm like, okay, so he's one of the flame heads. Okay, but that doesn't... There's a horse in the cemetery.
The horse is also supernatural, just like he is.
It's also in the cemetery.
He's 150 years old.
It's a cemetery. Where does he keep it?
Maybe he kept him in a mausoleum.
Does it eat food?
Or maybe it only shows up when he whistles.
Too many questions. The visual was very nice.
It's my favorite thing about this movie is when you see the caretaker's actually Carter Slade, the Ghost Rider he was talking about from 150 years ago. He gets on the horse and Johnny's looking at him like, huh? And then he changes to Flamehead and he goes, oh, you're Carter Slade. He was like, yeah, I told him before he changed, I got one more ride in me. Mm-hmm. Changes, he's like, oh, okay. And he goes, but can you keep up? And Carter's horse then does the Hell Cycle treatment, and the coolest visual is the modern Ghost Rider on his on the Hell Cycle, riding next to the Carter Slade Ghost Rider on his Hell Horse. It's just fucking cool, man. I don't care how cheesy and ridiculous this movie can be. That is a cool visual to see them riding down the road together. You can call me a mark for it or whatever.
I think it's funny that you're defending yourself against literally no one.
Somebody out there will be like, Ghost Rider's a stupid movie, and if you like it, you probably have a fire crotch. Which, when they were riding together, you made the joke about...
I'm really only funny off air.
Fire crotch. No, you're funny on air, too. It's just your quips happen during the movie when we're not recording, so you have to recap. But it was a funny joke.
Thanks.
I laughed. Heartily. It was hilarious. You're funny. You're really funny.
Ew.
What? I'm giving you a... Don't
compliment me. It's weird.
All right. You're not funny at all.
I didn't say insult me, motherfucker. What a fucking asshole.
Well, on that note, we're going to go settle this domestic dispute and I think, just finish off the movie? It's like 20 minutes left?
Dick. Yeah.
All right. I'm a dick and we'll be back.
It's intermission time. Time to pause and refresh at the snack bar. During this short break, you can treat your taste of good food and sparkling cold beverages, including delicious Coca-Cola. If you're hot dog hungry, we have them. Sizzling, juicy hot dogs served in warm, oven-fresh buns. Plus a complete menu of all your favorites. Visit the Refreshment Center now. Enjoy delicious food and ice-cold Coca-Cola.
Just like that, another movie through our interstellar interstitials has come to a close.
Interstitial. If only you could see my hands when I do that. I'm flailing my arms.
I should have little video clips to play. Something like this. So I forgot to mention on our last interstitial break that Ghost Rider was riding up to the place where he was supposed to meet Blackheart. And there was a swamp. And he got pulled under by the water henchmen.
Yeah.
And then just boiled his ass away.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, he just flame-headed out and boiled him up. So that was where we left off before our last break. Now what we saw was the confrontation of Ghost Rider and Blackheart. Mm-hmm. He gives him the contract after he releases Roxanne. Then all Blackheart does is open up the contract, say, "This is the contract of San Venganza. Come to me."
And then souls just start swirling around him and going through him and going in him. And we are legion. We are many.
Yeah.
Duh, that's what a legion is, but it's fine.
Yeah. I think now someone can correct me on this out there if they're listening. I believe it might be a line from the Bible somewhere. Mm. They go, our name is Legion, for we are many. But the effect of Blackheart in that, with the stupid digitally composited red eyes and everything else it's bad.
Yeah.
He looks bad.
Yeah.
They could have went practical.
They could have done a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Or they could have just went the simple route of not making the eyes look like they were digitally composited on in red.
Yeah.
Blade did it better with the Lamagra thing, which is a very similar kind of transformation, a lot of power in one body.
Mm-hmm.
But
because the souls became a part of him, the Penance Stare was able to work.
Yeah. But before we figured that out, we got to see the shotgun turn into a really cool hell shotgun.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Yeah, because Ghost Rider, sorry, I thought I was going to have to burp, and I didn't want to burp into the microphone.
Thank you.
Excuse
you're like
me.
You're like half a foot away from me. I would appreciate it.
Sorry about that. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm trying to talk. So anyway, Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze told Roxanne, hey, run. I got to drive him into the shadows. That's where I can use my powers.
Do you think she ran?
No. Of course not. They never do.
Mm-hmm.
People that are told to run in movies never run away.
And especially when the bad guys are fucking... Like, if they get blown up to a million bits and they start reanimating and coming back together, everyone always watches.
Yeah.
Take that time to run, please.
Yeah, he told her to run. She comes back with the shotgun, shoots Legion a few times, and he's just like, nope, not gonna work.
He's like, so anyway.
So Johnny's like, throw me the gun. She's like, but it's out. He goes, just throw it to me.
Seriously, just do what I fucking ask.
Yeah. He turns it into a hell shotgun, blasts Legion. He turns into... The souls basically just come apart everywhere, and then he reforms. And that's when Roxanne's just standing there watching, along with Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why Johnny's still watching. He's the Ghost Rider. She should have ran for a second time. She should have been running the first time.
Yeah, everyone there is supernatural but her. Maybe don't be there.
Yeah, maybe don't stick around where the supernatural fight's going to happen. And then we get the Penance Stare, and yeah, Johnny decides he's going to own this curse, because Mephistopheles comes back and is like, you can give it up now. I'll take it back. You can have your life and everything you've ever wanted.
And he's like, no, I'm going to use it against you.
I'm going to be a spirit of vengeance, which is the name of the sequel.
Mm.
They did get a sequel, and I believe it is rated R, and it has Idris Elba.
Mm.
So it's far better than this one. Is it dumb? Yes. But it's a better movie. Anyway, that's where we end. He is the spirit of vengeance, off, gonna stop evil as the Ghost Rider. That's the path that Johnny Blaze.
But of course they can't be
walk
together
down.
because that's how these movies work.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like, how come everything you do means I don't get to be with you? And he's like, that's just the way it is, baby.
So I'm the Ghost Rider.
And then they make out. The end.
So what do you think overall?
It was fine.
Fine?
Fine.
If you had to give it a rating out of 5, what would you?
How about out of 5 flaming chain whips?
Okay.
I give it a solid 3 flaming chain whips.
That's where I land as well.
Really?
It's a
I thought
solid
yours
3,
would be
yeah.
more.
No, it's a solid 3.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fun enough that if it was on TV and I was like, I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, I get it.
It's a background movie. It's
Yeah.
not one that I'll seek out to rewatch every now and then.
Mm-hmm. It's not something you'll own.
Oh.
I knew it. You own it.
I own it digitally, which technically ownership is kind of wonky on digital stuff.
I
but
guess what I mean is I know you like to collect physical copies. Do you have a physical copy?
I can't tell you off the top of my head if I do or not, because I can't tell from looking at the shelf from here
You
if
don't
I
know
do.
off the top of your head, then it's not...
I think I did own a DVD at one point, and then I might have sold it, so I don't believe I own a physical copy any longer.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This was fun. Entertaining, for sure.
Yeah, it's an entertaining... This is a popcorn movie.
Yeah.
You want something that's just kind of ridiculous, got some questionable acting, some questionable effects, but overall is a fun time, and you like Sam Elliott, pop up some popcorn and watch this, or grab some beef jerky, or...
Supernatural action adventure comic book fun.
Yeah. Some horror elements with the way people die.
And like the demons and stuff. But,
yeah.
Well, that's supernatural.
Supernatural
Whatever.
fantasy,
Whatever.
action,
Yeah.
comic book.
Let's just start naming words.
Bullshit.
Drama.
Yeah.
Sci-fi. Cowboy.
Yeah, Western.
I don't know. I'm just making shit
Noir. Merchant Ivory. I'm just going to start naming genres and see if we can fit it in there. Luchador film.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. You know.
Yeah.
No, this is fun. I say, look, if you're somebody who hasn't seen it, at least give it a watch.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth a watch, especially with, maybe some younger teens who like comic books, or maybe your boyfriend or your husband that likes comic books.
Yeah.
Watch it. Maybe you'll have a good time.
Yeah, and form your own opinion about it. Don't just take what we say as gospel, When we watch these things, we don't watch them to, tell you whether you should or shouldn't, even though I have said that in the past.
Multiple times over and over.
Multiple times. I say it as something just doesn't seem worth someone's time, but I think this is. It's not the best, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And ultimately, what do we want from a movie? We want to be entertained and we want to have fun.
Yeah.
Entertainment and fun are not tied into each other exclusively. Something can be entertaining, it doesn't have to be fun. But that's where I land. Anyway, Leiann, where can they find us?
Podbean.
For sure.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, other places, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, podcast. I can't think of any other word.
That's good. For all the social media links for Facebook, Instagram, Threads, you can head over to skeweredhead.com. You'll also find links to our Patreon where you can support the show. I promise you there's going to be more content there, but you can get transmissions episodes where I talk a lot about the MCU and stuff like that, and wrestling.
Transmissions!
There's a blog over there. Like she said, you can find us Apple Podcasts, Google for now until Google Podcasts rolls into YouTube Music next year, which is weird. I don't know why podcasts are getting rolled into music, but what the fuck do I know? I'm just a podcaster. If you want more of me, you can find me every Saturday on Tales from the Podcast. We have a new time slot that we are in. Which time slot? I make it sound like we're on network TV. We've changed the time. We are now going live every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Right now, we are going through the Friday the 13th franchise over there, so come check us out. We are going to be doing Jason X this coming Saturday, the 11th, so make sure you check that out. Other than that, Leiann, do you have anything else?
No. I was gonna try and think of one of the lines that I liked in the movie, but then it disappeared.
Well, you know something that won't disappear is your chance to get your own podcast started. We're a Podbean affiliate, so you can check out the link in the show notes. Get yourself a free month of podcast hosting with a paid unlimited plan. I am going to shill until somebody does this and we get our little contribution on the back end because it does help to support the show. So if you want to get your voice out there and podcast about anything, because listen, podcasting isn't all Joe Rogan and Adam Carolla. It's people like us right here, like Leiann and myself, like El Goro over at Talk Without Rhythm, the guys at Strange Highways, Invasion of the Podcast.
Well, one of the first, actually, the first podcast I ever listened to was back in 2007, and it was just two guys talking about dorky stuff.
Yeah.
That's
where it all started, and people think that celebrities took it over. It was guys, just people.
Yeah.
Not just guys, people in general. Of all genders and identities, getting around a microphone and just having a conversation.
Yeah.
One of the first ones I ever discovered was a video podcast called Cult of UHF, and that's where I discovered the movie Bad Taste. So, yeah. Get your voice out there, do a podcast, and, man, anything closing? One more time, I'll give you a chance.
No, just that I love you guys. And thank you for listening. It really means a lot. I tell you guys to suck my dick all the time, but it's because I love you, okay? All right. I love you.
Keep enjoying that universe. That's just a bit skewered.